has escaped. Matthew Gregory goes along with John Chambers, Dan and the rest. The injured Dragon, I'm afraid to report, is dead.
What? We have lost a life. Two men.
I'm afraid so, sir. We tried all we could, but his injuries were too severe. We cannot understand. All our efforts are trying to find how he died. It does not make sense. The beam of electricity that they would have been able to get from the ship's controls using the equipment that they acquired could not have done such a thing.
What is happening?
We do not know. But we shall investigate and we shall find out. Nothing is going to stop the Drays.
I should hope not. I would not want to speak to the Council of Strong Minds now. We are approaching Dray very slowly. We must get there, and we must get there without any problems. And with the human, the beast of luminosity. I do not want to go any slower. The Council of Strong Minds are always wondering why we take our time. I do not want to ask any more questions. Do you understand me?
Yes, I do, sir. What are we to do with this Matthew Gregory?
When you find him, kill him!
There's another prisoner escaped. He's not too far away from us. As one of us runs down, we can get him.
All right, I'll go. Over here. Over here.
I once had so many dreams. And all dreams come to an end. And eventually...
Allow me to introduce myself. I already know who you are. Matthew Gregory. The patient. The patient who saw that first craft back in 1967. I didn't think I'd be meeting you up here. So the abduction stories are true. Denham. So they got you too, Denham. Good. So there is some justice in this world. You didn't believe me back then, did you? When I told you of my prophecy. After seeing them face to face. Putting me in that loony bin. The film that I shot. Taken away from me. And it was all true. You deserve everything. You all deserve everything we got. And now, we're up in that ship. It's got us kind of joked with, hasn't it? Eh? Full man, you were in my dreams. Yes, Matthew. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm a changed man. I know that I did wrong then, but please don't forgive me. I knew what I was doing and I was wrong. But it seems that your prophecies were true, if not some of them a bit literal in a sense. Yes. I admit that some of them were made up with my literary sense. But I didn't know. I couldn't even control my dreams after what I saw face to face with those things. And it doesn't get any easier. Their eyes. Oh, their eyes. It's like knowing someone. But Lord, it doesn't make any sense. It is true. They want us. They change time. I understand it a lot more. They change time to suit themselves. right, but now we've introduced ourselves. What are we going to do?
There is nothing that we can do. The dragons have won. They've won. I seen it. When I was in deep threes. I saw the rest of the prophecy. I knew it was somewhere inside my mind, but I could never get at it. Not until I was in deep freeze. The nightmares, they all came back to me. I relived every single one of them, and I've seen it. We're all going to die. They're going to get in every one of our minds. And then they're going to kill us all. And they're going to destroy our planet and everything that we have touched. And the Greys, they should destroy them too. They were nice, sort of. They at least tried to help us. The dragons, they just want us dead. And we shall never see that planet that we are traveling to now. We shall only see the stars that are passing by the windows, and that is all. And the long, spindly hands will force themselves into the inner cases of our mind and destroy us with screams of terror. Screams of terror. Before we had not noticed, but now we had. Before we had all the hope in the world that we could do something. But there was nothing we could do. And as we sat watching the control screens, watching humans being interrogated, watching dragons kick us, watching humans kick dragons, watching other alien species being burned, watching humans being burned, rotting in the sides, we realized that there was no hope for us. So we had escaped, but there was nothing we could do. We believed that we could make a plan of some sort, but what plan can a few members of the human race, a few members do against a whole race on their ship, gliding towards their planet and our solar system becoming distant? Now we admitted it. There was nothing we could do. And we sat in the control room, waiting for the dragons to come and take us away. At least then we'd known we had failed, and we'd be with our other species, sitting there, waiting for us to be picked, to be burned in front of the rest, knowing that at all times they would be watching us whatever we did, whatever we spoke of, whenever we cried, whenever we broke into the fear of running, and realized that there was absolutely nothing we could do. So we sat in that room, night as it always is out in space, stared out at the stars, and I realized there was no hope from anyone. Denham was still enthusiastic, but then again he was planned to be, programmed to be, you could almost say. He thought that his plan on Earth that they had made on those last few hours, sending a ship full of armies and all the research that they had made for this day, should it ever come, would somehow save us. But as I looked out through the horizons of space, there was nothing out there. Nothing. Mal and Sophie were together. At least some good had come of this. And they sat talking of the moments that they had liked each other and never could have said anything on Earth. And I realized how strange it was that on a spaceship, where there was no chance of keeping a forever love, that is exactly what they were trying to strike up now, that they had never been able to strike up anywhere before. If there is one thing being put on a prison ship, you start to understand so many different things, and your mind cannot really compute them in the short amount of time that we have left. If only we could survive this, then maybe we could put right the things that we have done wrong throughout all ages, all of us. But I doubt that would happen. We would return back to Earth, and everything would be the same, except now we will be the saviors, the rulers of the universe, rather than the rulers of different countries upon one spinning planet.